Seoul, the sparkle of the Korean entertainment world, never stops bringing emotional stories that can make the hearts of fans tremble. This time, the story comes from an actor and idol known for his perfect face and soft heart, Cha Eunwoo. In a recently viral interview, Cha Eunwoo unexpectedly shed tears when asked about her wedding plans. The answer that came out of her lips was so simple, yet it shook the hearts of many. "Mother, I'm not ready." The moment took place in an exclusive backstage interview session after the annual awards show in Seoul, where Eunwoo had just received an award for his contribution to the world of art and acting. When asked by the host about his personal future, especially about the wedding, the atmosphere that was originally full of laughter turned into silence. The light that shone on his face couldn't hide how his eyes began to glaze over. Cha Eunwoo, who had always been known for holding back his emotions in public, slowly lowered his head, took a deep breath, and said softly, "I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it right now, because Mom, she's not ready to let me go yet." The phrase seemed to penetrate the heart of anyone who heard it. Even the interviewer was briefly silent, giving Eunwoo room to calm down. For a few seconds, only the sound of his breathing was heard. Then she continued, her voice hoarse but honest. "I've lived in a world full of schedules, cameras, and expectations for a long time. But one thing that never changed was how I was still a child in Mom's eyes. I could see from his eyes every time I talked about the future. There was always a shadow of fear of loss." The statement immediately became a hot topic on South Korean social media, even breaking global trends with the hashtag Eunwoo Cry for Mom. Thousands of fans wrote empathetic comments, many of them crying when they heard the video. "I thought he was just a perfect idol, but he's also a human being who has such a tender heart for his mother," wrote one Twitter user from Japan. For many people, Cha Eunwoo is a symbol of calmness and professionalism. He always appeared polite, calm, and almost flawless in public. But behind the image, there is a human side that is rarely seen. In various previous interviews, Eunwoo has indeed touched on how big a role her mother played in shaping her. "My mom is the reason I can stay grounded," he said in one of the episodes of You Quiz on the Block last year. But this time, the emotions were different. There is a deep sincerity that is felt not from mere respect, but from a very personal bond. A bond between a boy who still wants to protect his mother from loneliness. He used to say, "You're growing up too fast, Eunwoo. I know it means he's afraid of losing time with me," she added quietly in the interview. A source close to her agency, Fantajo, even confirmed that Eunwoo and her mother's relationship is indeed very close. Ever since her father was busy working out of town when Eunwoo was a child, her mother has been there for her every step of the way. From vocal rehearsals, auditions, to debuts, everything went through together. It's no wonder that for Eunwoo, talking about marriage is not only about love and a partner, but also about the readiness of a mother's heart, which has always been the only place to go home, said the source. After the interview aired, various media began to delve deeper into the emotional side of the actor. Many wrote that Eunwoo's tears reflect Korean culture that still respects family very much, especially mothers. Some cultural experts even argue that the phrase "Mom, I'm not ready" is a very honest and sincere form of recognition of a child who is trying to balance between career, responsibility, and a sense of devotion. A few days after the interview went viral, Cha Eunwoo ended up writing a message on the Weverse platform to calm his fans. She wrote, "Thank you for understanding how I feel. I just want everyone to know that love for Mom is the most sincere thing in the world. I'm not rejecting the future. I just want to walk slowly, because I don't want to leave anyone who has raised me alone." The message was flooded with more than 2 million comments in 24 hours. Not only fans, a number of Korean celebrities also showed support. Park Seo-joon wrote on Instagram stories, "Eunwoo, you remind me of an important thing. A child's love for his mother never wears out." While IU shared a snippet of the interview with a short caption, "A man who knows how to love his mother is a man who knows how to love sincerely." In another talk show broadcast a week later, Eunwoo was again asked about it. This time she smiled slightly before replying, "I'm not ashamed to cry. I'm just afraid people misunderstand. I'm not sad because I don't want to get married, but because I know to get to that stage, I have to be ready to make my mother learn to let go of me little by little." She later added, "Maybe other people will think I'm too emotional, but I think that kind of feeling just keeps me alive." His words received a long-standing ovation from the audience in the studio. Some were even seen wiping away tears. There was something so sincere about the way Eunwoo spoke. Not contrived, not planned. Only a child wants to protect his mother's heart. According to media reports, Cha Eunwoo's mother is known as a simple and very humble figure. She rarely appears in public, but is known among Eunwoo's staff and friends as a loving woman who always supports her son selflessly. A stylist who once worked with her recounted, Eunwoo always made sure to send a message to her mother every time she finished filming. Even if it's late at night, he'll say, "Mom, I'm done with work. Go to bed first." Such small stories further make the public understand why the mother figure is such an important part of Eunwoo's life. He grew up not only with education and discipline, but also with deep affection. And perhaps that's the reason why Eunwoo is able to display a gentle aura that can't be faked, because he is formed from real love. On the other hand, some fans also started talking about how this reflects Eunwoo's maturity in viewing personal life. He does not refuse love, but also does not rush to look for marriage just for the sake of meeting public expectations. Eunwoo doesn't want her wedding to be just a headline, but a full-fledged and blessed journey, wrote a pop culture columnist in Korea Daily. Many also highlighted how the phrase, "Mom, I'm not ready," can be an emotional representation of many young people in Korea as well as abroad. In a fast-paced world where everyone is driven to achieve more, Eunwoo's words are a reminder that sometimes the most important thing is to make sure the people we love are also happy with our steps. Not surprisingly, after the interview, several online forums were filled with an outpouring of hearts from fans who told about their relationship with their respective mothers. "I cried while watching Eunwoo speak. I also often feel guilty for not talking to my mother," wrote one fan from Thailand. "She made me want to call mom right away and say I miss her." For the entertainment industry, this moment also shows how public figures like Cha Eunwoo are able to break the boundaries of celebrity and become a more human figure. He is not just a handsome face that adorns the screen, but someone who dares to show his vulnerability. And it makes him even more beloved. In a follow-up interview uploaded by MBC, Eunwoo explained in more detail about his feelings. "I know a lot of people are expecting me to have a partner, or wondering when I'm getting married. But I always thought marriage is not just about two people. It's about a united family. And I want to make sure my family feels ready too." He smiled faintly, then looked at the camera. "I want my mom to be able to smile on that day without holding back tears." That sentence again left everyone speechless. Not because of sadness, but because of the realization of how sincere a child's love for his mother is. Eunwoo also added that her mother often told her, "You can be successful to any extent, but don't forget to go home." Those words are still remembered to this day. "That's why I always try to go home, even if it's just one night, in the middle of my busy schedule," she said. Fans who have followed his career since the beginning know that Eunwoo is not a person who likes to open up about his personal life. He rarely talks about family, especially about marriage. But when he finally did, it all felt so real. He wasn't creating a media moment, but he was opening some of his most tender hearts. Now, after the emotional moment went viral, many have referred to Cha Eunwoo as Asterisk, the son every mother dreams of. A boy who knows how to appreciate his mother's love and is not shy about showing his fragile side. In a recent interview with Marie Claire Korea, Eunwoo closed the conversation on this topic with words that further emphasized his maturity. "I don't know when I will get married, but I know for sure, before that day comes, I want to make sure you can laugh without fear of losing me."